You and I want something very similar. We want the exotic pre-workouts, the hardcore pre-workouts, ones that can either give us a lot of energy, a lot of euphoria, or a lot of pumps with a lot of energy. There's a lot to choose from, and when it comes to Stim Junkie exotic pre-workouts, there's one company we have been counting on since about 4 years ago. And that one company is Dark Labs, and this is their Flame. Now this was sent to me by them, but as always, I'm going to give you the honest review. I'm not going to hold anything back. It's just because they sent this to me, they didn't make me promise to say anything particular. But this pre-workout coming from Dark Labs is a little different than the other pre-workouts they have. Now we've seen the hardcore Crack OG, we have seen Crack Gold, the hardcore DMHA, DMAA pre-workout, but we haven't seen anything like a Stim focused formula that has only the stuff that makes you feel good. That is what Flame is about. Like Hirulene, this is a small formula that you cannot underestimate until you take it. And also, you probably don't need this pre-workout. This pre-workout is designed for a very small group of people who do not care about flavor, who do not care about the texture of the pre-workout even. We would like to drink anything, and this pre-workout is one of those pre-workouts in that very small group of categories that is focused on pre-workouts. This is a gray area pre-workout. If you're an athlete, if you're being drug tested, whatever, this is not the one to take. So Flame is a very special occasion type of pre-workout. You're not meant to take it all the time, and it's not designed to be a daily, but it could be used as a daily, because why not? This is a feel-good pre-workout. There's a lot of hype behind this, and a lot of people do say good things about it, but this is their third version. So the first version was more about euphoria. The second one was a little different. They did things a little differently. They went more for urgency. Then the third one is back to the roots of version 1. That means it's going for the euphoria, the feel-good vibes, without that sense of urgency that comes with V2. So does Flame make it? We're gonna find out. We're gonna dig into the ingredients, and then of course, we'll talk about my review and my experience with Flame. So, coming from Dark Clouds, this is the Polish company that gives us the exotic stimulants. This means that they will use DMHA, Eria Jarensis, whatever it takes. But Flame is more about that feel-good vibes, so it doesn't have that DMAA like many of their pre-workouts do. So the first ingredient is an nitric oxide booster, but surprisingly, there's some nice mood uplifting effects that come from it. And that's Agmatine. There's 1 full gram of this, and this is under the 4 gram serving scoop. So each scoop is a full serving, and you get 25 servings, but 4 grams is very tiny compared to their Crack OG, the Crack Gold. All these pre-workouts have minimum of like 10 grams of active ingredients. So 4 grams, the thing is, you can't really judge it on the formula because this is designed for one thing, to make you feel good. And the more you put in this, the more conflicting feelings you'll get from the experience. So Agmatine is going to help give you that mood uplift before all those other stimulants that will just force the production and force the release of those neurotransmitters that will make you just feel really good. But Agmatine is like an all-in-one nitric oxide nootropic that has benefits for motivation, mood uplift, and much more. So the next ingredient is Arginine. So Arginine is kind of like a useless ingredient, but it may have some effects for mood uplift. I don't know, but for pumps, it's kind of useless without citrulline. Arginine is basically what you're left with after citrulline is digested. So, but however, taking Arginine on its own isn't really effective, and it's not really bioavailable, so you won't really get that much of a good pump from it. But anyway, there's 500 milligrams of that in there. Beta-PEA. This is like Eria Jarensis. It's a cheaper form, and there's 300 milligrams in here. So it should make you feel good right away. It may not last that long. That's how that ingredient is. That's why we use and see Eria Jarensis, because it has a longer half-life and you feel good for longer. But of course, this has Eria Jarensis. So then we have DMHA, 220 milligrams, a nice dose, not overly done. It's sort of like in the safe range. This is a very mild stimulant, but still very good when it's combined with caffeine. It's marketed to be like a DMAA replacement, but it's much more milder. It doesn't give you those side effects like elevated blood pressure, doesn't have no cardiovascular risks that come with it. It's much more milder. It shouldn't have the effect of vasoconstriction, not as much as DMAA anyway. So it also has feel-good vibes, of course. And Eria Jarensis, just as 220 milligrams combined with everything else, it should make you feel really good. Eria Jarensis is like a safe stimulant, but still sort of exotic in a way, but it's not really, it's safe. Like it's not banned in any sports that I know of. So it's a very safe ingredient to take. It'll just make you feel it'll just make you feel more motivated, more uplifted, more motivated. And combined with the other stimulants, of course, you'll have like a synergistic effect with like having a feel-good vibes attacking you from different angles. You got Agmatine acting in a way, in its own way. And then we have Eria Jarensis, caffeine. Caffeine also has effects on mood. So with caffeine, hydrous, which is a stimulant I missed, 300 milligrams. That's before DMHA. Then we have caffeine citrate, after, of course, DMHA and Eria Jarensis, because I sort of lost track there. But caffeine citrate, fast-hitting caffeine source. It'll make you feel energized instantly. It's a very fast-absorbing ingredient. Then we have super synphrine, which is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, but isopropyl norepinephrine. 50 milligrams, that's a nice dose. It should give you some urgency in theory. And then we have black pepper. Then we have bitter orange. This is a form of bitter orange and arginine. 25 milligrams should help with fat burning. Then we have another ingredient for fat burning, that's yohimbine. So there's alpha yo in here, but it's only 1.5 milligrams. Hirulene has more than 10 milligrams per serving. So that'll give you the side effects if you don't like them. I know the side effects with high doses of yohimbine, but you may enjoy it. Some people like the pain of that. Everyone has their own flavor, but there's a tiny dose of yohimbine in here, 1.5 milligrams. It's not going to do that much, but it is combined with other stimulants, keep in mind, so it's not really like a beginner's pre-workout. Remember, this is made for a very small group of people who know what they're doing with pre-workouts, and they take pre-workouts, and they have been for a long time, and taking something like this is just for the experience, and it'll give you motivation and all this. But it's not like a pre-workout that's all in one. It's not going to increase your endurance, pumps, all that stuff will be okay. But I mean, it'll be increased thanks to the stimulant kick that you get from the energy, right? The energy kick you get from the stimulants will give you those pumps, but there isn't that much nitric oxide boosters in here. There's no citrulline. There's none of those common pre-workout ingredients. Flame was only made for one purpose, euphoria. And this is where the experience comes in. In my experience taking this, the energy kick is really instant. I feel it hit right away. Some pre-workouts, they take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but I felt like within the first 10 seconds of drinking this, the first sip, energy is way up. It's way better. And I noticed it really because I didn't have any caffeine yesterday at all. Then taking this today made me just feel super, I felt the energy super fast. It was instant. And after about half an hour, I would say the feel-good vibes elevates. It hits right away, the feel-good vibes, as fast as the energy, but it's not overtaking, it's not overwhelming. And it's not in the sense where I feel like I need to go work out or anything like that. It's more of the sense like I'm gonna destroy the workout. I feel good, and I should get to the gym soon because I'm feeling really good. And that feeling good sense lasts for at least 2 hours. The mood is uplifted, motivation is uplifted. Everything about my mind just feels good. And I don't want to say there's euphoria. Euphoria is a very strong word. I think it should be described, but everyone has their own definition of euphoria. But the main definition is just the colors are vivid. You're more interested in what you're seeing and you're engaged in the moment. That's what I think euphoria is. It makes you think about what you have right now. It just makes you feel really good about what you have and what you're in, no matter the situation or your surroundings. Euphoria, when you get it, you just feel that emotion that is overwhelmingly strong, which is the happy emotion. And I find this gives me the uplift emotion, like I'm on the way up to feeling good, because I will destroy this day, I will destroy my workout, and everything just feels great and on point. Like everything is going according to plan. I don't want to say it gives me happiness. It more like gives me a mood uplift. Like I'm taking an elevator. It's making a few stops on the way, but the feel good vibes are just there, and I feel really good. It's not like I'm so euphoric that I'm gonna call up my friends and see what they're up to, although I am still very social. It is just a very nice, uplifted, motivated feeling that I have when I take this, and it's just a very nice feeling. And I would say that this is like a special occasion type of pre-workout, something you would take when you want to feel good, because I know that there is going to be some tolerance that builds up. You can't feel this feeling all the time without needing a bigger dose. So this is like a special cocktail of feel good vibes, I think. And I feel like the vibes are coming from multiple angles. We have, a slight mood uplift from Agmatine. We have the rush of dopamine being released from the Eria Jarensis. Then we have caffeine and the other stimulants, which also have some effect with the neurotransmitters that make you feel good. But there's nothing in here that'll give any side effects like anxiety or jitters or any negative feelings. It's just a very nice feeling. And there is a little bit, ever so slightly, sense of urgency, but nothing overwhelming, nothing jittery. It's just like, I feel good, need to go to the gym. Let's make our way there and destroy the workout. That's how good it feels. It's nothing crazy. Like, it's subtle, but it's there and it feels really good. This is one of those pre-workouts I would look forward to taking when I want to feel good and motivated. I would not take this as a daily because it is like a special occasion. So this is made for one purpose, to make you feel good. And there's no reason to take this all the time, to feel good all the time. One, the tolerance will build up, and second, you will run out quickly. But I would say if you're already taking crack OG and you want something different, then Flame is a good choice because it gives that euphoric uplift to the mood, to the mind, and mentally it just feels like a forever going up type of feeling, but never going to the point where it's overwhelming or it's just like, wow, this is amazing. No, nothing like that, but it's just like, I feel good. And step by step, like by time, by small periods, the mood elevates ever so slightly, a little bit more, but it's nothing overwhelming. It's nothing like, wow, it's amazing. But I'm more interested in what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Life is beautiful. It's a sunny day, and I'm going to absorb the moment as it's in front of me. Like, I'm not overthinking of anything, but of course I'm always journaling, putting stuff that I need to do down on paper. That way everything's off my mind and I'm more in the moment. But of course there's always things going on, but this just makes it feel like everything is on the right path. And I just feel really good. Let's just say that. But 4 grams per serving, this is a special occasion, not a type of a daily pre-workout, because that makes it expensive. And that's the downside of Flame, is that there's only 4 grams of ingredients. They probably could have put more, but the more ingredients you have, the less I think you'll get the outcome of a special feeling that this pre-workout is trying to achieve. It's much harder to be feeling good when there's other sources of ingredients that does different things, because then it becomes like a mixed roller coaster of ups and downs, especially if there's DMHA in there. If there's DMHA in here, it's going to be very hard. Well, it does give some euphoric vibes, but again, the more you have, the harder it is to achieve it. And but the downside is the cost then, because 4 grams per serving and the price that it's at right now, which is about $50, makes it kind of an expensive pre-workout. And it comes out to be $2 per serving. So it does make it a little bit more expensive than the other options that have way more ingredients at the same price, or a little bit more expensive by a few bucks. But Dark Labs did a good job with this. If you're looking for something to increase your productivity throughout the day or your workouts, you want to feel good and motivated, then Flame is the one to take. But if you want insane energy, you know, if you want that crazy energy, crack OG, crack Gold. If you want urgency, crack Barbarian, crack Undead. But there you go. That's the bottom line of Dark Labs Flame. Try it out if you have. Let me know in the comments, and please enjoy your workouts, your days ahead. Keep killing it.